Hello, everybody. Welcome to another installment of Shauna's Feeling, the Presley Tea. And I had a live stream going a second ago and it froze, so this is my second attempt. Let me get the link out for everybody. Hold on. I didn't realize that I froze. Oh, Lord. Hold on a minute. First, I've got to delete the video I made before. Give me a second, guys. This tech stuff ain't all that great sometimes. Hello. Hi. Hold on a second. All right. I gotta delete this one right here so you guys don't get confused. All right. That's deleted. Now I'm going to go get the link. Oh, you guys are back. I don't have to send out a link. You guys are smart. You guys are here. A few new people are here than was in my last live. Oh, thank goodness. I'm not a tech either, but I was on a roll, guys, and then suddenly I froze, and I have no idea why. So let's start saying hello to everybody. Hello, Carol, Lulu, Tracy, Kathleen, Anthony, Velvis, the EP Vault, and happy birthday to you, Kyle, from EP Vault, Music World Wonder. You thought that was Sally striking my channel again? No, I just froze, that's all. Desiree, hello. Francis, thank you. I'm glad to be back. I don't like tech issues. Carol, yep. And Elvis A to Z, hey, hey, hey. MJ, thank you. I did say in my last live a second ago, I'm getting a cold. So guys, like really seriously, forgive me, but my nose feels like sandpaper. It really don't feel too good. So, it happens. So I'm going to still go forward and do the best I can tonight, whether I'm sick or not. The show must go on. Anyways, okay, so I got some of Priscilla's book. Yes, I do. I've got some of Priscilla's book, and I got the prologue, chapter 1, and some of chapter 2. If you go on Apple Books, you can get a sample of it. Also, TCB Tribe was putting out some too, but I'm letting you guys know that the Priscilla PR team is cracking down on these leaks. And if you read from her book, word for word, they are striking. They are putting copyright claims. They are taking TikToks down. They're taking Instagram stories down of the book. They are cracking down on the book. So I am going to read to you the book the best of my ability, but not word for word. I will show you, though, the pages, but I can't, like I said, I can't read you the whole thing because I just can't. So let me see here. I have it on my phone. Which I think it's in my files because I downloaded it. Give me a second. Hey, thanks, Brenda. And you're very welcome. It just keeps on. The gift keeps getting better and better thanks to her. The gift that keeps on giving. That's Priscilla. Okay, so here is the book. So far, how many pages I've got. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. A lot of pages, right? Right? Now, my good friend from Elvis A to Z put these pages into Chat GPT to like summarize it, so it's not, so we don't get in trouble. There's 28 pages altogether. Yes, this is live, David. I am going to read from the summary, but I'm letting you guys know that I'm going to have to read a few lines from her book anyway, because come on, guys. This is crazy. I can't believe it. So the book starts, and I'm going to get my reading glasses for this because you guys know I'm blind and I need reading glasses as much as I do with my everyday glasses. So give me a second. I'll put my glasses on. All right. Now we're ready to read. All right. Prologue. Unchained melody. Wait for me. Wait for me. I'll be coming home. Wait for me. Oh gosh. I think she's in her demented mind when she wrote this first page. She says that she's walking down a road, and all around her she can see trees and lush and greenery. She doesn't know where she is, but the place where she's at feels like she's been there before. Behind her back, to her left, walks a young man in a pilot's uniform. She says that this person keeps an eye on her from a few feet away, making sure that she's safe and sound. She says that her mother walks with this man, that they're young again, that them being old has went away and they are young, and they all have beautiful faces. And in the distance, she hears someone speaking. They said, "Did you have your supper? You need a good sleep rest for tomorrow." The person also said, "Remember to hold yourself high when you walk on that stage." She replied back, "Of course, yes." Grandma, she says she can see on the right of her holding her arm, and she's tired and distressed. The older woman says that she is there, young'un, and that she's listening. She says, "You can always talk to me." She says that she can see her dogs exploring with her in this dream of Delulu. She says that she feels somebody touching her skull, and it's next she sees that there are two people walking near her daughter and Bin, and they're ahead of her, and they are in each other's arms. Her daughter turns to her and looks at her and says, "I'm sorry, Mom." What a narcissist. So she sees in this dream her dead daughter. "I'm sorry, Mom." Why would Lisa say that to her mother? Then Priscilla writes that she's so sorry as well. She turns around and she says, "Did you make sure that you took your bath today? It's a joke, ha ha ha." The reply was, "Yes, I bathed." Bin then turns to Priscilla and says, "I am all right." The look that she says in his eyes say, "I know to my left walks Elvis. His frame is lean and strong. He is beautiful again, young. He looks down to her, and his face is filled with such love." Hoedel, all right? "Oh, her all right." Does she miss him? Every day satinin. Elvis supposedly took Priscilla's hand and threads his fingers through hers. Also, they rest each other's heads slightly on each other, feel the warmth. But the end of this says that she just keeps on walking. Her eyes are on the road ahead. That is what's taking her home. This must be a delulu dream of what she thinks is going to happen when she finally dearly departs this world. I'm being serious, guys. What kind of dream world is this? Did her heart stop once upon a time and she like had a near death experience and saw the light and this is what came in her head? Because I never heard such a thing. Why would she dream up in her head that when she dies, she's going to be walking this path of beautiful greenery and trees, a beautiful path laid before her? Her child is going to be there. Ben is going to be there. Grandma Dodger is going to be there. Her mother going to be there. Her pilot father who died is going to be there. Her 2 foster dogs are going to be there. And Elvis is going to be there. And they're going to love her and hold her and stroke her and pet her and help her all the way to glory land. I'm telling you guys, the prelude to this book is crazy. Okay, it's crazy. She got knocked on the head or something. Somebody else had to write that. There's no way. Of course, I had to change the words a little bit for entertainment purposes only, folks. I don't want to be took down. You know? I don't want to get took down. Yeah, that's what you did, A to Z. Read a few lines. You can't help it, man. It's crazy. Yes, I'm going to be careful, Francis. I'm changing the wording a little bit. I mean, seriously. Yeah, I know. One of the chapters is called the same name as Lights Out from Lisa's song. I know the chapters are crazy. She is demented. Let's see, D. Gray. What is wrong with her? It makes no sense. I know, it doesn't. William. Prissy Pants will always be stuck on stupid. That's one of my favorite quotes. Thanks, William. D. Gray said, laugh out loud. I like that part, Shauna. Tracy says she's going to be met by Xanu on the other side. Take me away, Xanu. Take me to the spaceship up above. Carol, it sounds a little cray-cray. Well, I mean, come on. Is this really what she thinks is going to happen in the afterlife? They're all going to walk happily hand in hand. Lisa is going to look at her and say that she's sorry. What does Lisa have to do with being sorry to her mother? Francis, she's going to be looking up, not down. Yep. Monotus Rose. The book sounds downright depressing and delusional. Money grab. Yeah, it's getting worse. I'm telling you. Velvet, Priscilla's world, only living heart donor. Huh. Sham. William says the book belongs in the fireplace. EP Vault said, I bet Chat GPT wrote it. Jennifer says, it's the face. It's okay about the typo. I read it as best as I could. Kathleen, Pris's fairy tale gets worse as she ages. D. Gray, it's weird. William, that book would be good toilet paper. Well, right now it isn't on paper. I'm reading it on my phone and I am not throwing my phone out. Music World. Stage. She performed a cover of Leanne Rimes' How Will I Live Without You? Did she? Because I don't think she did. I think she tried to sing Elvis's Trouble and she did an awful job. Awful job. Yes, she mentions lift her head up and go on that stage. In her head, she thinks she's a star. She's a star. She's just as good as Elvis. In her head, I mean, she charges $200 to sign her name to Elvis memorabilia. So if you go to her Evening with Priscilla's, her Comic-Con things, anything that she does, and you ask her to sign a piece of Elvis history, she will charge you $200 for it. She thinks she's Elvis or something, I'm telling you. Yeah, you're going to need some popcorn, Susan, because this is the start of Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is called Letting Go. I'm caught in a trap, and I can't get out because I love you too much, baby. You can't make this shit up. Seriously, look. Okay. She says that when she left Elvis, she was 27. Half of her life was being his wife and girlfriend. She went from her family's house to his house. She knew nothing about the world or his orbit. Her choice to leave was scary for her. Yeah. What his fans didn't understand was that Priscilla says that she did not leave Elvis because she no longer was in love with him. Oh no. She says that she loved him as much on the day she left than the day they said, I do. Make that make sense, folks. Make that make sense. Okay? Make that make sense. She says this. She says that. She said that she didn't leave him because she didn't love him anymore. Oh no. She loved him more the day she left him than the day they said, I do. How is that? I mean, okay, whatever. She says that she was living his life and not her life. And she knows that Elvis was, searching, always searching for better in his life, for bettering himself, for, being spiritual and whatever. But she wasn't interested in that. She wanted to search for what her was, what her life was. She says it was very difficult and that they had been with one another for 13 years. And the world outside in the 70s, was changing, man. It was changing. Flower power, free love, you know how it was. And, but behind those gates in that prison called Graceland in Memphis, things never changed. They were always the same. I'm not making this up, guys. I'm just changing the words here and there, okay? This is crazy. She says that when Elvis and her were really serious in 63, she was 18 years old and of age. Okay? And she learned how to please a man from her mother. Okay? This is from her. She says that she had to work very hard to meet, Elvis's expectations and to be a wife. She went to charm school. That's right. Charm school. To learn how to charm the boys. She had to go to school for it. She had to learn how to dress up and do her makeup just right. She says that her personality suited Elvis and that he was also the product of his generation. Yeah, that's what she said. He loved to buy her beautiful things, pretty clothes, expensive jewelry. She would take his advice on everything from dressing to makeup, that he molded her into the perfect specimen. Hey, you know how she is. I ain't making this stuff up. The perfect specimen. She said that she didn't resent that or was mad at that or was jealous of that at all. She embraced all of it willingly. She wanted to please. She wanted to please Elvis. Didn't we get enough of this crap from Elvis and me, guys? Didn't we? Then she states, it involved a great deal of work to look the way that she looked. Oh, a narcissist has to explain how beautiful and vain they are, but how they had to make themselves that way, how they had to put a mask on to be a certain way, because that's what Elvis wanted her to be. She said that she didn't just study in charm school, she also studied in home economics, which I find that hilarious because if she studied home economics like we did in high school to learn to cook and take care of house, how is it in Lisa's book it states that Priscilla cooked chicken one night and it was raw and Lisa didn't want to eat said chicken because it was raw and they yelled at Lisa because she didn't want to eat the raw bloody chicken? And if I remember correctly, wasn't it Priscilla herself that said in Elvis and Me she cooked lasagna for the guys in Elvis, and she forgot one important aspect of cooking that lasagna. Yeah, she forgot to cook the noodles. Okay, so you tell me, if she really studied and went to school for home economics, how could she have not cooked a chicken correctly? And how could she have not remembered to cook the noodles? Hey, just a thought, guys. I mean, that is home economics 101. Temperature of a chicken, anything over 165 degrees, and make sure the water is boiling before you put the lasagna noodles in and wait 20 minutes before you pull them out. She said that she learned how to decorate a happy home. Yeah, her words. And she read a lot of magazines to learn to be a certain way for men to love her and accept her. Whatever. She said that she was never taught to be forward. Elvis didn't like forward women anyway. That there were rules, and she tried to stick by the rules. Sure she did. She said a woman's purpose was to meet her man's needs before considering her own. Okay, whatever. She said that she never thought about her life or her purpose. It was all about him. She says that she was to make sure that her husband's food was always made to his liking. Same crap she said in Elvis and Me. She said that she was supposed to always listen to Elvis without expecting him to even listen or even bat an eyelash at her. She said it was not her place to offer her own personal opinions on anything of his. Whatever. She said that she was never allowed to question any of his rules or his attitude or his behaviors. She said if he came home late or stayed out for the night, that he never owed her a reason why. She says that was his prerogative because he was the head of the house, because he was the man, because he was her husband. Where is she getting this stuff at? She says that she felt like it was her job to keep him happy. Yeah. Then she says how that day and age and all that crap helped her with traditions and prepared her for being a wife. Sure. She says the year that she met Elvis when she was in the 9th grade, that the schoolboys would have contests where they would place winning bids on a girl, and if he won the bid, he owned her for the day, and that she would have to follow him around. Does that mean that boys bidded on her? Does that mean somewhere in here that she was bidded on? She says that the girl that got the highest bid was always the winner and the most popular girl of the school. Wasn't Priscilla saying that when she did transfer finally to Germany, she was becoming very popular in school? She said that there was also endless competition for Elvis's attention. She said that she embraced these normal behaviors as social, and she didn't question any of it. For many years, she didn't. She loved caring for her husband, Elvis. She cherished being the wife, the homemaker, decorator. She talks about the Circle G Ranch, saying that they didn't have staff there, and she loved it because she could do everything and clean house and cook, and every night she would lay out his pajamas, and they took on the roles of the servant. She took on the roles of the servants by day. She loved to nurture and care for Elvis. It was a very happy time for her. In addition to the conservative morals of the time, if you married a Southern man, it made more additional expectations. Really? She says there was a 10-year age gap, but it wasn't unusual for the South. It wasn't considered pedophilia. She said, after all, 33-year-old Rhett Butler first was attracted to Scarlett O'Hara when she was only 16. Why did she have to throw that in there? They were fictional characters in a book called Gone with the Wind. Oh my God. Jerry Lee Lewis had married his 13-year-old cousin wife when she was 13. Edgar Allan Poe, another Southern icon, wanted to marry a younger cousin. Elvis and her started a relationship when she was only 14. It didn't become a romantic one until she was 17. And they waited to have sex until they were married when she was 21, which is a contradiction compared to Lisa's book, who claims that her mother lost her virginity to Elvis when she was 18. So which is it? Lisa's book that states Priscilla lost her virginity when she was 18 to Elvis Presley, or Priscilla's new book and / old book where she didn't lose her virginity until they were married when she was 21. You guys tell me. Because I have no idea at this point. Sorry, guys. I've got a cold, and I'm reading you. I'm not reading word for word, but I'm changing the words, and I've tried to anyway. Let me read some of y'all's comments here because they are good. Let me get up here for a minute. Mallory says, she already talked about this in Elvis and Me. Why is she repeating herself? Frances said she obviously wasn't paying attention in home economics class. Music World Wonder. Oh God, Elvis should have screamed blackmail. How can you forget to cook the noodles? She did. Turned out crunchy. Tracy says, when does the life after Elvis start? Chapter 6, maybe? Oh, wow. Velvet says it's gibberish. Molly said, let the games begin. Frances, she probably forgot what she said in Elvis and Me, Mallory. Molly, she's cooked, unlike her chicken. Mallory, isn't this supposed to be life after Elvis? She's the worst. I know, right? Why would we have to have a repeat of what we already got with Elvis and Me right now? Except that Delulu vision of her side by side with all the people she's lost in her life, like she's gonna walk down the road to heaven. Oh my gosh. Like Lisa's really gonna tell her I'm sorry in the afterlife. Charmaine, if Gladys was around, she would be with Elvis. Yeah, we all had a suspicion that if Gladys never died, he would have never ended up with Priscilla. He was very vulnerable during that time in Germany, missing his mother. Lisa, straight from a Sicilian. You don't need to cook the noodles for lasagna. They cook together with everything else. Well, they didn't. It said in Elvis and Me, the boys and Elvis took a bite of those noodles in that lasagna, and it was crunch. So obviously she didn't put enough water in there to cook it. Rainbow, how many pages is this of a book? Because it's supposed to be life after Elvis, which includes several romantic relationships longer than what she spent with Elvis. 2,000 pages? Girl, I have no idea. I'm not reading a book that long. Okay, I'm going to skip through all this lovey-dovey, I'm leaving Elvis, but I love him more the day I left him than the day I married him bullshit, and skip all that crap and go to the nitty-gritty of what actually happened in her mind after Elvis. Because we don't need a repeat of Elvis and Me. Because we couldn't even handle that book. Could we? We couldn't handle it. When it first came out, why were we going to handle this one? Mary, she had an affair right after Lisa was born and before their first anniversary, but she loved him more when she left straight to Mike Stone. She's ate up. Velvis, but we can't question the queen. It's off with our heads. Motus Rose, when is she leaving softly or otherwise? You guys are cracking me up. Rainbow, oh no, now she thinks she was Scarlett O'Hara. Although, maybe not that far off. At least in the end of Gone with the Wind, Scarlett realized her behavior, and she wanted to rectify it all. I doubt Priscilla would ever think about that. At least Scarlett actually had a lower than dirt moment compared to what Priscilla has ever went through. Let's see. Velvet said that Priscilla is leaving on the 12th of Never. Music World Wonder, I legit forgot that part. Laugh out loud. Catherine. Will someone give me... Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't read that out loud, girl. You're going to get me in trouble. Francis. Shauna, you're on fire. 155 in chat. Freaking awesome. It's 158 right now. Everybody wants to know what's in this book. This is a preview, guys. I am reading it but I ain't reading it word for word. I'm changing some words so I don't get in trouble, but I'm telling you all the nitty-gritty that I can get. Uh-huh. She plotted and schemed, Marilyn, to get in Elvis's bed. Charmaine said that I'm funny. Well, you know, I try. I rather laugh than cry, especially reading this junk. Jerry says trash is trash, no matter the word. Hey, maybe even my book would be better. My words being changed for her, because some of these are stupid. Okay, where was I? Hold on. Now we got to the next page. She said that she never had to learn to cook because there's always a full staff at Graceland, and they would always make whatever Elvis wanted, which is a stupid repeat of what she said in Elvis and Me. But you know what's really crazy? Didn't she just say in the pages above that she went to charm school and home economics class to learn how to be the perfect wife? So, which is it, Priscilla? You never learned to cook because Graceland was full of cooks and staff, but you went to school to learn all this stuff, but you didn't learn? Whatever. I'm confused by this woman. She said that she always talked with the cook daily, sometimes more than once a day, to make sure Elvis had everything that he ever wanted. Each time he came home from touring or making movies, she would always greet him in the best clothes that she had, that she would fix her hair just right, that she would have her full eye makeup and fake eyelashes. And she made a total fit over him when he came home. She said she always loved to listen how Elvis talked. She could listen to him for hours. All night sometimes, she said. She said she loved it when Elvis read passages of philosophy books to her at 3 in the morning. How does that make sense, folks? Isn't Elvis and Me she complained because he was doing that? So which is it? Which is it? You enjoyed him doing it, or you didn't? Because your first book said that it was getting kind of annoying because he would be falling asleep. Oh, she said she would never question the way he behaved. That Elvis did not like to be criticized. And he never felt like he had to explain any of his affairs with any of the women, of anything, of anyone. She says that she was supposed to trust him and ignore everything she saw and heard. That Elvis never forced her to do anything she never wanted to do. She said that their expectations, they knew what it was supposed to be, and when she married him, she accepted everything Elvis did. So see, it proves she knew everything there was to know about Elvis when she married him. So if she had a fault with him, then why did she marry him? She said in many ways he was a good husband. He never abused her physically or emotionally. There's a moth in here. Okay, so in Elvis and Me, she claimed that he raped her, right? Remember? He forcefully threw her on the ground of the hotel room and forced himself onto her. Remember that? But then here she claims he never hurt her physically or emotionally. She says that his temper was explosive, but he rarely got mad at her. That's what he said. That's what she said. That his temper was explosive, but he very rarely got mad at her. Okay. She says that he was gentle and so tender. He was so generous. He got her, she says this again, he got her beautiful clothes, pretty things, expensive gifts, expensive jewelry. She says, I still wear a cross necklace that he gave me. Oh, she still wears a cross necklace of a god she doesn't even follow. Okay. She said she was grateful for her marriage. She says the difference between him and other husbands, regular people, was he was Elvis Presley. Duh! She didn't even have to put that in there. She says he had a loyal following and the Memphis Mafia served his every need. And he had lots of money and loyalty and millions of fans. She said she loved him and she wanted to be the perfect Southern wife. Southern wife? She wasn't Southern. You know, just because you're a Northerner Yankee, Priscilla, and you marry a Southern man does not make you Southern woman. It makes you a Yankee marrying a Southerner. What is she thinking? What is she thinking? Does she think that? Oh gosh. So in her mind, being from New York, marrying into Elvis's family, Southern family, that it made her Southern? She cray cray. Because she said she wanted to be the perfect Southern wife for Elvis. Gosh. She said the struggle tired her down. And she felt like she was a bird in a gilded cage. Really? Because I remember an interview she did with ABC, Good Morning, blah, 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 where they're sitting inside of Graceland, and the interviewer is asking Priscilla, how do you like being back here? Oh, it's like I never left. I love this place. I was raised here. Elvis was here. I kind of feel like he could walk down the stairs at any moment. I loved being here. Graceland was her gilded cage. Let me finish this page and I'm going to read y'all's comments. She said that Elvis lived in a world of his own. He loved being the king. Really? Of course, she doesn't say that. This is what she says. He really was the king of all he surveyed. She said that her and the guys always went to bed when he went to bed, ate when he ate, and they watched TV when he watched TV. She never questioned it because you were up when he was up and you ate when he was hungry. She said she didn't like the people who Elvis put in his little kingdom. She said they were all men. She said Elvis and her was not the typical marriage. Duh, you're married to Elvis Presley. She said they were two people plus all the men he decided to bring into the circle. She said she was never alone with her husband. Well, then how was Lisa Marie made? There had to be some alone time there somewhere, folks. Lisa Marie was conceived. There had to have been. She said that she made breakfast in the late afternoon. Okay, I'm not even going to go there. We're going to skip that part. It's so stupid. She contradicts herself. Okay, I'm going to stop right here for right now. I'm going to read some of y'all's comments. Tracy goes, she burned his books. She sure did. Charmaine, where's Marco Garcia's 20 years down the toilet? Rainbow, Mike Edwards says in his book that he taught her how to cook. Get her hands in the dough. She was weird about getting her hands in the food. Yeah, she contradicts herself. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I mean, it's crazy. Inez, so sad that beautiful Gladys and Vernon were not in the dream. Certain that they were right there with Elvis. Oh, I know. She just didn't mention those two. Lisa, she probably didn't put foil over it so they would cook. That's how I do mine every time. She probably didn't cover it. That's right, because the steam with the moistness of the meat and the sauce cooks the noodles. Matus Rose, is she talking about the book she made him burn? Yeah. Ruby, thank you for the $4.99 super thanks. I appreciate it very, very much. Molly, as we know, she's quite the bore in every room of the house. David, have you ever seen a movie where the man goes and tips the tax collector's tables over? A bit like Elvis Week. Woo! Yeah, that's a good comment, David. It was greedy this year, you know what I'm saying? Valvis, she was cooking the books. Mary, gloat, greatest liar of all time. Yep, Rainbow, I hope and pray this book tanks. Oh my God, so far it's just a repeat of Elvis and me, but she's adding a few things. Carol, thank you so much for the $19.99 super thanks. I appreciate it. You guys, I never ask for money, but when you give it, it's a blessing. Thank you. Molly says that it's biding time, expert level. David said that poor Lisa should have stayed over in Kent, England. She should have stayed in England. She was very happy there. Rainbow said that Prissy Pants preferred California over Memphis. Oh, she sure did. Music World Wonder goes more like a Scientology cross necklace, not one for the Jesus we know and serve. She better go and sit down somewhere with all these lies. That's a good comment, Music World Wonder. Ooh, bad comment, David. Navarone will never be king of Graceland. Oh, no, no. Music World Wonder, that's funny. I can't read that. I might get in trouble. Molly, only dough her hands were in was Elvis's. Bingo. Catherine said she believes she had a secret crush on Jerry Schilling. Oh, honey, I don't believe it. I know it in here. It wasn't a crush. I really think they had slept together at one point. I kid you not. I really truly believe that they did the hanky panky, chicka chicka wow wow. Oh yeah, I believe it. I totally do. Why else would he be the best lapdog she has ever had? They are so close in age, it's crazy. Elvis would send Jerry to go shopping with Priscilla because Elvis didn't want to go. He thought, I'll trust Jerry. Hey, Jerry, Priscilla won't go on the boulevard and go shopping. I need you to go take her. Go take her shopping. I don't want to go. Here's my credit card. I don't give a crap. Go just take her out, man. Just take her. I don't want to see her right now. Go take her. Kathleen, thank you so much for the $4.99, and Catherine, thank you for the $1.99. I feel loved. Thank you. Jesse, hi, shut up. Sorry I got on late. I didn't get notified that you went live. Well, you're here now. That's what counts, and what you missed, you can always watch with the replay. We're reading some of Priscilla's new book, but I mean, it's not word for word. I'm changing some of the words in it because they are cracking down on the copyright claim. Holly Perez, we shouldn't be surprised by this new book. I believe she published it because Lisa had her book out. I told everybody this, Holly, 2 years ago, didn't I, folks? I said, watch, Lisa's book is coming out. Just you wait. Priscilla's going to wait for Lisa's book to come out, and she's going to write another book. And lo and behold, that's exactly what had happened. Because see, here's the deal. she's got to debunk some of the things Lisa said because Lisa put her in a really bad light, right? So Lisa's book had to come out first. She had to see what Lisa said, what Riley said, and then she's gonna. This book is her rebuttal. This book is her, I need to tell you, I need to explain to you guys why this happened. She needs to gaslight us. You guys know what the word gaslight means, right? She's trying to gaslight us to believe that she's the perfect mother, grandmother, wife, ex-wife of Elvis, saved Graceland. I mean, hell, she wants the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, I said it, guys. I did. Charmaine, didn't she sell all those pretty things? She sold some of them. Roy, Elvis did sleep with one of Jerry's girlfriends. True, he did, just to see if he could. I know. Elvis was a stinker sometimes. We're not a donut shop, folks. I am not putting Elvis on a pedestal. He was a man and he made mistakes just like we all had. And I'll tell you straight up, I take the good, the bad, the ugly over Elvis before I take his dirty, vile, evil ex-wife any day. My nose is still runny, folks. Chris, Sonny once intimated that Sonny once said that she hit on him. I think after Elvis died, she may have made the rounds. Well, I do know that she's tried it with a Stanley boy. That's right. She tried to get some home movies that they had, and she had to kind of sweeten the pot and ended up making out with one of them in a car and then skinny dipping with her and her sister Michelle. Thank you, Ruby. She says, Shauna, you're truly loved. Appreciate it. It's okay, Cat Girl Blue. I'm glad you're here now. Holly, let's just pray the granddaughters can move on from all of this craziness with Nona. I think the only time people can move on, granddaughters and all, is if Nona crosses over the Rainbow Bridge. No pun intended, Rainbow. Catherine, Priscilla have gotten old. I bet she can't remember what room she slept in at Graceland. Music World Wonder says, laughing out loud, she is no Martin Luther King, so no Nobel Peace Prize for her. In her mind, though, Music World Wonder, she's the queen of rock and roll. Screw Tina Turner. Move over, Tina Turner. Here comes the true queen of rock and roll, Priscilla. This is what she thinks of herself. She thinks she's the queen of Graceland and the queen of rock and roll. So you tell me. Molly, remember a newspaper in Memphis documented she and Jerry dating? It's in print, for God's sake. Yes, it's an old 70s magazine, and I read it too. It stated they were dating. Dating means sleeping together, right? And Cat Girl Blue says that she feels so bad for the twins. They're the only innocent ones out of all this because they're still so young. They're still babies, for crying out loud. They're innocent. Rainbow's laughing. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Carol, whoever was her editor did Prissy a disservice. Yes. Velva says she's sorry I'm getting a cold. Me too. My nose feels like sandpaper. My throat is killing me, and my eyes are watery, and my ear kind of feels crazy. But here I am. I'm still here. Music World. Lord, she must believe that she is Tina Turner and Leanne Rice. Just Rubes. Start taking some meds tonight. Don't wait. I ain't really got anything, though, in the house, just Rubes. All I got's NyQuil. That's all I have right now. I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to go to the store and get that. The tissue that has the lotion and the eucalyptus oil in it. I'm gonna have to go buy me some of that because this toilet paper is not helping me. My nose feels like sandpaper. Oh my gosh. No, Music World Wonder. I don't have any gin or any alcohol in my house at this time. But it would probably help. Trust me, I know. Hot toddies would be helping me right now, but I don't have anything. All right. So we're at page 10. And it's just bullcrap that she's talked about before. Being in bed at the early hours of the morning with Elvis. She would sleep as long as possible and just lay there and wake up and just have to lay there till he got up. That she never complained about anything. Whatever, yes she did. She said she was trying everything to be the perfect wife. She shared Elvis with the guys. She had to accept that he loved the guys, his entourage. She talks again about how he's surrounded by all those men. She also says that these men took care of his every need. It's like she repeats herself. I already read this twice up above, guys, and yet it's down again. It's like, whoever wrote this, why do you have to repeat yourself? In my experience, if you have to keep repeating the same thing over and over, it might not always be true. You could be just saying it over and over to convince yourself and convince the reader that you're saying truth, which means it's not truth. She said that Elvis trusted his circle. It wasn't always safe to be Elvis Presley. He had to have protection. He liked most of the Memphis Mafia. She said that Joe Esposito wasn't just Elvis's friend, he was also her friend as well. Then why did she take the video footage from Joe Esposito right from underneath him so he couldn't sell it, so he couldn't retire, and he died a pauper? Please explain that to me, folks. We all know that Joe Esposito died penniless, but he wouldn't have if he got to sell all that video footage that he took throughout the years of Elvis. But somehow Priscilla got her claws into those videotapes, and Joe Esposito got nothing. Nothing. She said that the Memphis Mafia loved the nickname that Elvis gave to them. She said she was the only woman living in a man's world. This is a man's world. It's a man's world. Whether they were at Graceland, LA, or in Palm Springs, living in that world was wonderful to everybody. But in reality, it was so lonely. It was so lonely, guys. It was lonely. It was quiet. It was her gilded cage. She didn't like it at all. She didn't like it at all. She said every night when they ate their dinner, she was the only woman sitting at the table with those men. She heard a little bit too much locker room talk than she could handle. There would be very pretty girls that would always be lined up at the gate. Elvis and them would often see them with the guys. She said the girls were the embodiment of her nightmares. All of them were eager and willing to replace her. One time she said she heard one of the boys say, "Wow, look at that one right there. She pretty hot. Did you see that blonde chick?" She said a graphic, X-rated description would be after that. And so they would go down the line of willing women. Sometimes the boys would choose a few of the most prettiest girls, and they would take them to meet Elvis. She said she squirmed with the memory of how she did the same thing when she was 14 years old. She said, I still don't understand why Elvis had chosen me. I know. In Elvis and Me, she was very confident about herself, and in this book, it seems like she's not. So it's like a contradiction, Jennifer. She always feared of being replaced. He was always accustomed to having pretty girls escort him. He would talk to them and read them the Bible and Eastern philosophy. He could never resist flirting with girls. He was a charmer. She said sometimes Elvis would hold the girls over her tiny noggin as a threat that one day they could replace her. He told her one time if she didn't want to listen to what he had to say, there's plenty of women out there that will. And she says, I agree, there always is. She said she would see them from the front of the window or the side of the windows. Sometimes they would be in their living room. Sometimes she would be thinking in her head, oh my, I pray Elvis doesn't go after this girl or this girl. She was afraid to leave him on his own. She never wanted to visit her parents because that would mean leaving him alone, and if she left him alone, he would be with someone else. She said it was very uncomfortable because most of the guys were married themselves. She said most of these guys who were married would date the girls that would be brought to meet Elvis. She would see what was going on and didn't like it. She said, I didn't understand this because most of the Memphis Mafia wives were also her best friends, and it wasn't right. But she had to keep her mouth silent. She couldn't tell anybody what she was seeing. She said there was a code that you would never tell what was going on with the guys to anybody. And she said, but there were all these girls. All of them. She said there would be gossip magazines with Elvis with glamorous girls filming movies with them. She felt inadequate next to these beautiful starlets. Really? She felt out of place on the movie sets. The actresses would have conversations with Elvis that she never could have. They had so much more in common with him than she did. She said she was just the girl at home, keeping the home fires burning, waiting for her man to come back home. She said there were stories circulating since Elvis and her first started dating each other. She said he famously dated Anne Margaret and Shelley Fabre for a while before we were married. Excuse me. I know he dated Anne Margaret, but Shelley Fabre, I don't think so. They were just good friends. So that part's wrong. She said that while she was living at Graceland as his girlfriend, she would see the stories in the tabloid magazines about Anne Margaret, and she'd get jealous, and she'd see a picture of them, and she'd be jealous, and she'd begin to panic. One time she finally asked Elvis about Anne Margaret, and he just dismissed it like it was just a rumor. He didn't like her asking him about other girls. It was against the unspoken woman behavior code. If you were with him, you never asked him about who he's dating or who he's cheating on them with. Wow. There are 9 pages left of this, guys. I'm going to stop it at 14 because I'm bored. I'm freaking bored to death. I'm going to read the rest in another show just to give it to you, the rest of it, but I'm not reading anymore tonight. My God, it's just Elvis and Me 2.0. It's Elvis and Me 2.0, folks. That's all it is. Of course, we saw some contradictions. We saw some fairy tales she was throwing in there and some cray-cray vision of what it's going to be like when she dies and crosses over. Seriously. Wow. Is it just me or is she making me sicker? Oh, let me see here. Molly, she could probably care less where she slept at Graceland, even though she changed drapes and other things to make people think that she did. Yeah. Music world. No disregard. Sorry, I meant Ginger. Oh yeah, Ginger with my gin. Uh-huh. Sandy, you need some Mucinex. It helps me when I had it last week. I need to get me some, Sandy. I need to get some medicine tomorrow and some tissues that are better than this crap. Charmaine, lemon, ginger, honey, touch of scotch. That sounds wonderful, but I don't have any of that stuff in the house except for honey right now. Ruby, I think things might have been better if she had not burned his books and showed more interest in what he was searching for. Things maybe have been better. Yeah, I see that. But she wasn't interested in anything he was thinking or doing. She was just only interested in him being with her privately. Remember? She was jealous of everything and everybody taking time away from her and him. David, sorry everyone. I said Kent. This is where my brother was found. Bay, someone correct me. Rotherford. I'm not very familiar with the UK, David. Not much, anyway. D. Gray. That sounds crazy and dramatic. Chris, Shauna, she pumps these books out like a machine, and it's the same old, same old. It is. It's Elvis and Me 2.0. Where's the life after Elvis begin? There are 10 pages left in this book, guys, and I'm gonna read. I'm gonna give you the rest of it in another video. But if I keep going, I've already been going over an hour. I'm not gonna be able to tell you one of the other few things I wanted to talk about tonight. You know, Kathleen, it's all rinse, repeat. Ruby, she knew Elvis was with other women before she ever married him. Francis, oh, good night, Francis. Yeah, well, she needs to pray more, David. More praying to God and less thinking about Xanu, Xanu in the sky. Let's see, Lisa, get some Mucinex. That's the second person. I guess I should. Claire. Lisa Marie said she didn't respect any of the Memphis Mafia because of their behavior. She did. And it's probably based upon some of the things that were said in books. Chris, I don't know why he chose her. She is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. No. I always love it how she thought reading the Bible was a bad thing. Maybe she was a demon and reading the Bible would be like exercising her, and she was feeling kind of weird because he's reading the Bible. Quit reading that stuff. I don't believe in God. Stop reading it. I don't know. I'm just trying to be funny. Come from a chick who replaced herself. True. Kelsey. Priscilla likes to say she was lonely, but she's always doing stuff with the wives of the Memphis Mafia members. Yeah, she had friends. She acknowledges that. But I don't think she really cares about people. Do you guys? I mean, this is for entertainment purposes only, all right? But sometimes when I look into her eyes, like when you really look into those eyes, it just doesn't feel like she has a soul. I mean, it just doesn't. I need to get my reading glasses off now because my eyes are hurting reading y'all's comments. There we go. But she won't acknowledge the Smiths. It's so sad. Well, that doesn't mean that she wouldn't have already acknowledged them before she died. We don't know what happened behind closed doors. I heard rumors. Maybe one day I'll be able to tell you. But a rumor is one thing, and a fact is another. So let me sit on this for a while before I say anything. Chris, Lisa saw all this as a child, and she was disgusted as they were all married. Lisa was what, 7 or 8? Music World Wonder. She must believe Joe wanted Elvis instead of her own husband, Billy. One minute she's cocky, the next she is back being a victim. She is a very sick product of her parents. Catgirl Blue, how much of the book do you have? I have 28 pages. Tonight we got to 14 of those 28 pages, Catgirl Blue. I just can't, though. It's Elvis and Me 2.0. Where's the life after Elvis begin? Because 28 pages says nothing. Molly, she knew the guys were part of this world, even in Germany. It's hard for me to believe Elvis called her by his mom's nickname. I'm going to have to ask Billy and Joe. Go ask him. Chris, did it occur to her that she was not interesting and reading a book may have been a good idea? Wait, I skipped some. Sounds so good. Josie, I swear I think she writes these books to get attention before people go against Elvis. Well, yeah. David, Priscilla ain't well at all. She said in her interview with Piers Morgan, Lisa was with her when Elvis passed. Oh, I know. And then she was on another interview and said she was at camp. But we all know Lisa was in Memphis. She was there when her daddy died. So, yeah. Eric, good morning. Eric's in Australia. Catgirl Blue. Shelley Fabre is one of your favorite Elvis co-stars. Aw. Claire, buy orange juice too. I have that. I am drinking that right now, actually. I wanted to get my vitamin C. Rosalind, Prissy is coming to town 35 miles from me in a week. She's charging $100 to see her. I wouldn't go see her for free, but I'd like to yell a few things at her. Music World Wonder. The Lion King is more interesting. Sally roasting reading sessions will make up for a yawn moment. Ruby. You're right, Shauna. She came up with this book right after Lisa Marie's book came out. Lisa Marie wasn't even finished with her book. Who knows what we're gonna what would have been said. Claire says it's not Xanu. It's Xenu. Thank you, Claire. Only reason why I said Xandu, I guess I'm thinking of Xanadu. I'm going to show you how old I am. I'm thinking of Xanadu. Jessie, it's very much is. Fans of hers sadly had no idea what they're doing. Velvis, we don't like the new book. I love that one, Velvis. We don't like the new book. Velvis, Priscilla will send you a bill for yelling at her. Oh my gosh. Elvis A to Z, you can get her a book in pink letters. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys are making me cry. Good one, Velvis. I love your sense of humor. My gosh. All right. So let's change the subject. Change it. We're gonna change the subject now. All right. Let's talk about Miss Sally. Let's talk about Miss Sally and her departure. Okay? And the reason why I say, I'm trying to look for something. Hold on a minute. And the reason why I say departure is it sounds like to me she made a video telling folks of her departure. Like, not literally, but yeah, she did. She said she's leaving. She says she's leaving, and it's not going to be on a jet plane, folks. Also, So I think she needs to go and change the title to her video, and she needs to call it How to Kill a Career in 53 Minutes or Less. Right? Right? And also, the best fun you all could have with Sally's video would be to have a drinking game. That's right. Take a drink every time that woman says mentally unstable. That's right. Every time that lady says mentally unstable, have a drink. By the 7th time she says this, you're going to be drunk as a skunk. Don't go any further because she's going to kill you of alcoholism, folks. Because I asked ChatGPT to tell me how many times that woman said the word mentally unstable YouTubers. She said it 27 times in 53 minutes. Okay? That's a lot of times. But then when she kept saying that, it reminded me of why she's not being stable at that moment. She's visibly shaking. She's cracking up her voice like she's been running a marathon. And she's got all these notes in her hand, like she's reading them. And she basically calls out us YouTubers for ruining the Elvis world. What? And then she calls my friend Brigitte a wacko auctioneer. Now let me give you a little tidbit, guys, on this Mustang Sally girl, okay? Let me tell you something. So she calls my friend Brigitte a wacko auctioneer who is lying. So I get on the phone with my friend Brigitte, and I tell her, do you know that this Sally Hoedel is talking about you and calling you a wacko auctioneer, and on Priscilla's side, blah, 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 and that you're nothing but a fraud and a blah, blah. And you know what Brigitte told me? I'm going to give you guys the child version. She goes, who the heck is Sally? I said, Sally Hoedel, the girl that wrote the book Destined to Die Young? And she goes, I never heard of her. So, Miss Sally, it really doesn't matter what you think of my friend Brigitte, because she doesn't have anything to think about you because she doesn't even know who the heck you are, woman. So that's pretty much was the funnest part of my day yesterday, was being on the phone with Brigitte and telling her that. Yep. Yep. And what's another funny thing, thank you, Kelsey, for reminding me. What's another funny thing is she keeps the video up on Facebook, but deletes the video on YouTube. Wow. Wow. And she really hates my singing. Oh, guys, she hates it when I sing Mustang Sally. She don't like it too much. Should I just do it just to piss her off more, or should we just leave it here? She don't like it when I sing Mustang Sally. She don't like it at all. Granted, my voice is a matter of taste. You either like it or you don't. But, hey, I was just having some fun at her expense. That's all. You know, that's what us Southern people do, you know. We have a little fun at others' expense. That's what we do. That's how we clap back. She can't take it. She needs to get out. And I think that's what's happening. She's getting out. She's getting out. She can't deal with it no more, you know. Talking about women's cleavage is really just getting her, you know. We can't talk about what's from here down, you know. It's not ladylike. At a certain age, you can't show certain things, and then it's like, woman, quit judging. Quit judging now. if you're confident in your body and the way you are, who gives a crap about what people think about what you're wearing? Who cares? Are you hurting someone because you didn't wear a bra today? Seriously, ladies, in my chat, if you were not to wear a bra tomorrow, is it going to hurt anybody? Are you really hurting people by not wearing a bra? Because according to Mustanger Sally, it's hurting her dreadful. She's hurting an awful lot because she wants you to wear a bra. She wants these young people to wear bras. And that's how you run a career in 53 minutes time. But actually add more minutes to that 53, because whatever time it took to do a private message to the pink Cadillac, and then you add it to the 53 minutes, I would have to re-say that my title should be How You Lose a Career in 55.5 minutes. It takes about 2 minutes to write a private message, right? And she don't like me very much. Probably because I took her book that one time and chucked it over my shoulder. Maybe next time I might use it for toilet paper. I'm not quite sure yet, because it's not much substance to be kindling or for a fire or anything. I think next time I should use it for some toilet paper. It should do some good, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. She don't like me too much. She thinks I'm one of those mentally unstable YouTubers that just spew hatred. I just spew hatred all day long. And twice on Sunday, that's me. That's me, all right. So she just doesn't like the hatred that she's getting right now because she's leaving. She's stepping away. She can't handle it. And I think in reality, she can't handle the truth, because the last part of her video, she was trying to tell us that Priscilla would never, ever hurt Lisa, and that it was possibly Lisa that hurt Lisa and Lisa alone. And that really made me upset. It's like, keep Lisa's name out of your mouth, Sally. You have no idea what you're talking about. You were never a Lisa fan or lover. You love Priscilla. And that's why you put a copy strike on my channel, Miss Sally, because of a picture that you posted publicly of you and Priscilla, honey. So you copyright striked me for a picture showing how close and chum you are with Prissy Pants. So her trying to convince us that she wasn't gets me going, because I know for a fact they are. If you listen to how the way she talks and how Priscilla was great for Elvis's legacy, you want to barf. And yeah, Cat Girl Blue, I'm going to try really hard not to strain my throat, but telling you, I'm not even giving it half of what I wanted to give it tonight, girl. I had to sit on this for 2 days and smolder and think about how I was going to approach this. Music World Wonder said that they only watched as much as they could tolerate because I didn't like her talking down to people, especially the fans. She needs to go and never come back. And see, that's another thing. She talks to us like we are stupid. She keeps saying how educated she is, okay? And she repeats it more than once. She's educated, she's professional, she's just perfect and awesome in every way. And she only wants to hang around with perfect and awesome people like her. It's like, oh my goodness, honey, just go. Don't just go. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, baby girl. Just get the heck out of Dodge. Because I hope she never writes another book. Okay? I hope she never writes another book. Because it seems to me it was just money hungry anyway. There's another book that does better than that one anyway. Kelsey, she wants to judge the young Elvis fans, but it was the young Elvis fans in the 1950s that Elvis became successful. The best thing to do is don't criticize the fans. Don't criticize people that put the very shirt on your back, and Elvis knew that himself. Let's see. Elvis A to Z said if you watch it at 1.75 speed, it was easier to listen to. Uh-huh. Holly, yes, I watched it on YouTube. Well, it's gone now. She took it down. Molly, so Sally Hoedel is not for women's rights or feminism. I think our fans should know that. Sally wearing. Sylvie, hello. She said that she watched your video for 5 minutes and then I hit do not recommend channel. I listened to the whole video too, Cheryl. I mean, besides calling us YouTubers mentally unstable, she said the whole Elvis world is just ruined. She says there's so much hate that she don't want to be around it. I mean, maybe the one of her making. Everyone was happy until she private messaged one of the pink Cadillacs. I mean, couldn't she just let sleeping dogs lie and not type that message at all? You know that old saying? And if she's educated, you would think she would have known the old saying. The old saying is, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. All right? But it seems like to me what she's doing now is do unto others as others do unto you, but do it first and do it better than everyone else. And she ain't doing that either. She's falling. She's spiraling out of control. She's going to have to sit back and absorb on, or do another video and actually think about what you have to say before you say it. Because a lot of that stuff, I don't think she was thinking. I think she was just doing this because she mentioned mentally unstable 27 times, which is now a drinking game, by the way. Wacky people, whack-a-mole, wacko. Narcissistic obsessive disorder. I mean, she's walking like she's a psychologist or something. Honey, just because you're educated, sweetheart, don't mean you're educated in the field of psychology. I think you need to sit down a little bit and educate yourself a little bit more. Just because you were looking up definitions on Wikipedia, WebMD, or wherever the hell you were, honey bunny, doesn't mean that you can diagnose people. And who the hell do you think you are to diagnose me, sweetheart? Who the hell do you think you are? She needs to put some kind of disclaimer on her channel from now on that she is not a doctor, but she is a professional. Sally, don't give Priscilla your book. She'll burn it. She's cooking the books. Okay, Velvis. Cheryl says that she looks at it as a form of entertainment. Oh, Cheryl, don't we all, though? I mean, I'm not taking any of this personally. I mean, half of the time she did her video, it made me laugh my butt off. I was sitting in my car, picking up my son in the carpool lane, in the hot heat, listening to this stuff, just cracking my butt off, going, oh my gosh, she just said mentally unstable again? Again? Does this woman have any other words? Do we need to send Sally, the educated woman, a thesaurus to look up the right word to say next? Kelsey, it ticked me off when she started bad-mouthing Lisa Marie in her video. Oh, yes, she did. It did me too. Who the hell does she think she is? Because with everything that she has been saying for the last even couple of months for me and putting a copyright strike on my channel, she's destined to be forgotten. Destined to be just thrown in the wind. Just gone. Dust in the wind. Bye-bye. Destined to be forgotten. Because I'm never showing her picture on my channel anymore. If there was some news thing saying that she won the lottery, I would never even share that. Who gives a crap? You know, she's the reason why she's not popular anymore. Can't help her. She did enough damage to herself. You know, sometimes, and this is the truth, and everybody has heard this saying before, so Miseducated Sally, you give yourself enough rope, you're going to hang yourself, sweetie, and it looks like that's what happened. So have fun untangling the mess that you made yourself, and maybe come back for a good comeback later on. Molly, it's always the ones who spew hate. They just cannot be a part of such a hateful community. Seems a little mentally unstable. Holly, Catgirl Blue, she's going to be Priscilla's lunch. She won't learn until Priscilla screws her like Priscilla does to everyone. Jessie, what is Sally's last name? I'm asking because I want to look up who she is. I'd like to see what everyone is talking about. Her name's Sally Hoedel. Let me type it in the comments for you, how it's spelled. I pronounce it wrong. People laugh at me because I don't say ho. I say it wrong, okay? The way I say it with my accent kind of sounds more like Hoedel. We all know that's not very nice. I'm not doing it on purpose, folks. That's just how I say it. It's Hoedel. And she's an author, Jessie. And she's an educated woman that talks down to us Elvis fans and tells us and dictates to us what we can and cannot wear in front of old folks. And how we talk and how we can't talk. We can't go, oh, yay, huh? That's so totally cool. We can't talk all hip or anything. She says we're too old for that stuff. And then sometimes we're too young to even talk about Elvis. That's just her. Oh, and she tells all the women, all the ladies, you better wear a bra. You better be wearing a bra under that shirt. It's like, you got to be kidding me. I saw a little old lady, and I mean it for real, a little old lady down at the grocery store the other day. She had them hanging down to here. She didn't have a bra on to save her life. And did I go up to her and do community service and say, ma'am, I personally think you should be wearing a bra right now under that shirt of yours? I did not. I didn't say anything to that little old lady. In my mind, I gave her props that she left her house that way, came to the grocery store to get what she needed, then go home without a bra. And did it hurt the world? No. We just let it happen. Which Sally cannot do. And yes, Catgirl Blue, she was scheduled to appear at Elvis Week, but she canceled her appearance with Christy. Yeah? Molly, top heavy, Sally saw Aunt Shauna and she ducked back in the alley. Claire goes, I don't know who this Sally girl is either. Oh, she's an author and claims to be more educated than you are. Tells you to wear a bra. Music World, she was looking too hard at the breast area. Well, Larry, a lot of men. It don't matter how old you are, sweetie. A lot of men love unbridled bosoms, okay? Yes, I said it. I said it. Men are men, but women should never criticize how other women are dressing. It's completely stupid. It's the year 2025, for crying out loud. The Echo. She went after Baz Luhrmann, too, for his movie. Nobody got spared during her rant. I know. She even went after his movie Elvis. Yep. She did. So what do you guys think about, this is the part of the lawsuit. I'm done with Sally. I'm done. Let me see if I can't find something here. I need to do something else after this. This will make me feel better, though. All right. So we got a bookmark, and it says "Destined to Die Young" by Sally A. Hoedel. I don't want this bookmark. It's stupid. Oopsie. But I like the Elvis picture. I'll keep that. But see that, see all those words right here? I don't like those words. So we're gonna take those words out, and we're just gonna keep Elvis's face. How about that? So this is a stupid bookmark. Chucking it. Oh yeah, and I got the book right here, right? And you guys remember when I chucked it? I'm gonna do it again. It's gone, Sally. Gone with the wind. Ain't nobody coming back again. I don't care about her book. I don't care about her. She is being mean and hateful. You don't criticize your fans. You don't criticize Elvis fans. You don't criticize the very people that put money in your bank account, Miss Sally. Okay? If people are paying for my bills, if people are putting money in my bank account, if people are paying for something of my deeds that I am doing, I'm not going to criticize them. I guess I learned from Elvis Presley himself. You don't criticize things you don't understand, son, until you walk in their shoes. Maybe those girls didn't want to wear a bra. Maybe it was too hot to wear a bra. I mean, my God, it was during Memphis Elvis week, crying out loud. It's hot as hell. I mean, hell, it's hotter in Memphis during Elvis week as it is at nickel night in a brothel. Okay? That's how hot it is. So don't criticize us women if we don't want to wear a bra, okay? It's stupid. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you lose a career in 55.5 minutes. There you go. There you go. I'm a little hot now. I got a little winded. I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow with no voice. It was totally worth it. Jerry said that she's not surprised that Sally didn't suggest chastity belts. Oh, Lord. Lord. Ruby says, you crack me up, Shauna. Well, I'm glad I cracked somebody up. But you know my motto, I would rather laugh than cry. Rainbow. Really? She canceled? Suspicious. She knew. She felt the anti-vibe energy. Of course she did. That's why she's canceled. Of course she told everybody that's not why she's canceling. She said she had prior family commitments. Molly, it's hotter than a hooker's doorknob on nickel night. That's what it is. Catgirl Blue. Yes, she said she had something with her family, so she canceled. That sounds suspicious to me, Catgirl Blue. It was all about the timing, wasn't it? Ruby, what happened to women supporting women? I don't know, Rubes. She wasn't supporting women. She was actually tearing them down. Maybe she's jealous because pink Cadillacs are awfully young and cute. You know, they got a lot of life in them, you know. They just young Elvis fans. And EPE sure like them. And Angie like them. Maybe she's jealous. Maybe Angie don't like Sally or something. Kelsey, she claims she's an Elvis fan, but she got info wrong in the family tree in her book. She got the name wrong of Dodger's mom. I know, Kelsey. I saw your post on Facebook. Good find. Good find, girl. Music World Wonder. Shauna, I knew your Sally roasting would make up for Elvis and Me 2.0. Yeah. Oh, guys. My stream is messing up. Give me 1 second. I have to do something. Asking if I confirm it's me during a live. That makes no sense, but it is what it is. Hold on. Maybe somebody's trying to hack me as I'm doing this. That's weird. I've never had to confirm it was me during a live before. Wow. I just had to confirm I am myself on my own live, guys. So weird. Oh, Larry says it's hotter than a cooter in a cotton field at noon is another one. Larry, I haven't heard that one in a very long time. Molly, yeah, Sally probably bit of a little more than she could chew. You think? I think she's about to lose it. I think she's about to lose it. I seriously think if she hadn't have stopped that video when she did, she would have lost her damn mind. She would have gone cray cray, seriously. She would have been as cray cray as Priscilla was, making up that dream state of hers, how she's going to be presented on the road to heaven with all those that she's lost, Elvis and Lisa included. Molly, that's Elvis's. We're not that's hornier though. We're not talking about hornier. We're talking about hotter. Yeah, but that's Elvis's saying. I always loved that one, by the way, because it's hilarious, and the story behind how he came up with that one is funny. But what do you guys think about that new lawsuit now with Brigitte suing Priscilla's assistant and Priscilla's cousin? What do you guys think about that? Because I did it a couple of days ago. So tell me what you guys think about Brigitte not just suing Priscilla, not just suing Kia Morgan, but also suing Priscilla's assistant and Priscilla's cousin. Molly's like, yeah. Well, it's something that Brigitte had to do. Those two people she's suing, those two people that she's suing, Priscilla's assistant and Priscilla's cousin, took revenue right out of Brigitte and Kevin Fialco's hands. They were supposed to exploit the name, image, and likeness, and Priscilla was going behind their back and listening to her cousin and listening to her assistant and not doing what the contracts were saying that she should be doing. Rainbow goes, her lies know no boundaries. Sylvia said, good for Brigitte. I mean, she has to watch what she's doing, but she's doing it correctly, guys. And the timing of all of this was perfect. Just perfect. But she claims she did not purposely do this on Elvis Week. It just so happened co-aligned with Elvis Week. It really wasn't what you guys would call it wasn't more like perfect timing, it's more like intervention, because it was more like the universe working in her favor, because she didn't plan on it to be filed on the week of Elvis Week. She really didn't. That's just the way the docket happened. So that was really great to know that the universe, and she claimed this on the phone too with me, and I quote unquote, Brigitte said it wasn't by design that she had this paperwork come out on Elvis Week. It wasn't just the universe. It could have been Elvis and Lisa helping it go through during Elvis Week so it would get more exposure, so people would have it and it would be more exciting, because it is Elvis Week. And there was so much to be said in this paperwork, you know. Music World Wonder. This won't be Kia Morgan's first legal go-around. Look up the Stan Lee claims. I have, and it's not his first go-around. In fact, I have a picture of him when he was in court the last time being sued for elder abuse. It's in her paperwork. It's Exhibit C. And he's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse now. So, yeah. He's in the jailhouse. Kia Morgan is a fraud, a scammer. And right now, he's chummy with Priscilla because Priscilla needs to know how to do what he done. Rainbow, I contacted Baz Luhrmann, asked him to please not involve her in any promotion for Epic after Lisa's revelation? Do you think that he's going to write you back, Rainbow? If he does, let me know. I want to know. Velvis, Sally doesn't like some of the things we talk about in our opinions. We get lectures. We get lectures a lot. A lot. And it's not just by Sally, it's by other people too. Claire says it makes no sense. It's so odd. It gets that way sometimes. It gets that way. You guys know I've almost been live tonight for almost 2 hours, guys. Probably the longest I've been in a while. Seriously, it's almost 11:30. And as you know, I worked all day before, getting on. So maybe I should cut it, take some NyQuil, take a shower, go to bed, get some sleep before whatever I have gets worse. I'm just, bleh. I'm feeling kind of poorly, guys. I am E said, I don't know if it's the universe or not, but I didn't like that Priscilla signed those contracts on Elvis's birthday. She doesn't care. She doesn't care anything about Elvis. It was all about her. That was her day. She thought those contracts were going to make her money, honey. Money, honey. Mm-hmm. Money, honey. Larry, I told you once or twice to stop playing cards and rolling dice. I'm in the jailhouse now. I hear a train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen no sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. When I hear that whistle blowing, way down to San Antonio. That's as low as I could get. Woo! Jerry says, Shauna, thanks for all the fun and info you give us. You're welcome. You're welcome. Rainbow, epic. So far, she won't be a part of the international release of the movie at the Ontario premiere. I hope not. I hope not. Holly said that Elvis was working at it. Velvis, let's see, Claire says, Velvis, I see she's the premier expert on all things Elvis. Got it. Bleen, Prissy Pants is in Australia on her tour. I heard that. And you know what's so funny? In September, she'll be in my old hometown state. She'll be in Arkansas. She's going to Arkansas in September. How do you go from Australia to Arkansas? For someone who claims to the court of Florida that she's too elderly to travel to Florida for her court hearing, she sure travels an awful lot around the globe. I mean, Australia one day, Arkansas the next. What's up with this crap, guys? She's a liar. As soon as you guys know, the more she does this, the more she lies. Because if she's doing this, she lying. She definitely lying. Yep. Thank you, guys. The most I've had in my chat tonight was 191. Awesome. It's you that make my channel rock. It's you guys that help me roll. I'm telling you guys, it's you that gets me in the right place at the right time with the right mood. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't even be here right now. Trust me. Ruby, she's 80. She just turned 80 in May. She's 80 years old. Oh, goodness. Anyways, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to take a shower, take some NyQuil, go to bed, get some rest, see if that helps. Thank you, IME. I appreciate it. You know, we get colds from time to time, but it doesn't make the world go away. We still got to live it, don't we? But thank you, guys. You could have went to any Elvis channel for your premiere of Priscilla's book, Sally crap, and the lawsuit news, but you didn't. You came to mine, and for that, I love each and every one of you guys for it. Also, guys, know that I will be back with you guys next week. I'm going to get a little bit of rest, okay, and see if I can get over this bug or whatever the heck it is. just know that you guys really make me smile. Truly. All right, guys. TCBTLC. God bless you all. And you know what? I'll see you on the other side, of course, and next week. Bye, everybody. I'll see you guys later, all right? Love you guys. Thank you. Talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.